Let me tell you a story about drawing boundaries in the workplace. I made a post earlier about taking care of VIP patients, and sometimes boundaries involve the patients as well. Oftentimes, these patients that I've taken care of have had personal assistants with them. There was one time a personal assistant said, "Let's get a couple things straight and draw a couple ground rules." And I said, "Okay, let's draw a couple ground rules, sure." And they said, "It's very typical when we come to this hospital that every doctor that takes care of them gives us their personal phone number. That way we can reach out if we need you." And I say, "Let me respectfully stop you right there. I am a hospitalist, and one of the things that I do is I take care of a couple dozen patients at any given time. Sometimes they're critically ill. Sometimes we're about to have to take off a leg because of gangrene. Sometimes they have a stroke. Sometimes that they're stuck in an ICU. And those patients, by rule of thumb, do not get my personal phone number." And now that you all are here, it's very typical that I just draw that boundary right now, and I'm not going to give you my personal phone number. But I pulled out my business card and I said, "My name is Jay Vintage. I'm going to be the hospitalist on for the next couple of days, and I'm going to give you exceptional care. I understand why you would want my phone number. You want instant access, and I think that's great. But sometimes the hospital just won't work like that, and I won't allow it to. So here's my card. You can contact our nurse that we're sharing together that's helping us with this case. You can contact any one of those other doctors who have agreed to give you their phone number. But you know what? As the hospitalist who's going to coordinate this care, I'm going to actually make sure that everybody understands what's going on with the body. I'm going to make sure everybody has all the follow-ups in place, but you're not going to be getting my personal phone number." It's very interesting, by the way, everybody, that these people, whether they're celebrities or these people, if they're huge donors to the hospital, especially if they're huge donors to the hospital, if that's the expectation that they're setting, okay? Especially because the hospital oftentimes is very mission-oriented and mission-based, mission-focused. If they're donating because they believe in the mission, then understand that when I'm taking care of 20 patients, I'm going to draw that boundary. I'm not going to give you my phone number. I'm not going to put all this extra effort that should be going to these very sick people. That's what I do to carry out the mission of the hospital that I work in. That's an unfair expectation. I drew that boundary. I know why I'm drawing that boundary. And I think that people should do a little bit better about drawing their own boundaries. Doesn't mean you need to be a jerk. Doesn't mean you need to be hard to work with. But boundary setting is going to be crucial, especially in fields where we are burning ourselves out and quitting before we can retire. That's what I got.